Sign up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the August 4th, the terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that, well, is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I do want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but much, much more important than that. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there, too. You can always let those fingers do the walking. That means go ahead, send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. And, of course, in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to last show. Right now, we got the mixed bag out here. The Dow's up 75. The S&P is basically flat. The Dow's back 15. Russell's up 4. Semis 13 to the upside. New York Stock Exchange positive. Wilshire just slightly positive. Trading's are up 23 points, about 0.25%. Spot volatility is also up 2 pennies. Gold's up $32. Trading out at 2018. Silver's up $1.40, 6% to the upside. Light sweet crude is up 39 cents. Natural gas is up 6 pennies. And T-bonds are up a full point. One in actually 30 seconds out there. They're trading out 182.29. So let's begin with, this is an interesting observation here. I'll just point it out. Nothing to trade off of, but something to monitor. So when markets do make tops out here, and we got to go through each of the indices because not each of the markets now have topping signals. We'll go take a look at the indices that don't. But when markets also make tops out here, sometimes what takes place, you get different divergences. And one of the divergences that is important to be paying attention to is that spot volatility index. Now, the divergence would be top portion of the chart is the S&P 500. Bottom portion is the spot volatility index. When we see rising prices, and you can see several different examples out here. Now, you can't use this as a timing tool to trade, but you want to be aware of the pattern because it typically leads to some type of retracement. Sometimes they can be very significant retracements out here as long as the pattern exists. Well, what's the pattern? If we take a look at the actual closing low, now here we're looking at a line chart, bottom panel. So I'm not interested in the intraday spike out here. Not that you can't. You go back and do your own work out there and figure out your own pattern. For Stevie, the pattern is to take a look at with regard to this divergent pattern. And I've said pattern a few times. That's going to make you throw up if I say it again. I don't want to make you throw up. But also I'll come up with a different word. I'm not sure what that word is. But if we do take a look at it, a ritual, right? A pattern, we could say a ritual out here. But if we do, let's just get right to it. 2410 is the actual closing on July 29th. And if you take a look at the S&P 500, the close there was 32.58. Well, we've traded above that. We've closed above that. We've closed above that, or the S&P has closed above that, but we haven't seen a new low, a new closing low in the spot volatility index. So 2410 is the number. It's easy for this pattern to get negated, but as long as it exists out there, and it's a real nuance, but it's an important nuance. Otherwise, I wouldn't have just spent the last, 4 or 5 minutes making you throw up to discuss it. So Now, what's interesting about that, now, if we take a look at this, go fast forward to the S&P 500. I wouldn't exactly say fast forward, but let's pull over the chart for the S&P 500. Here's what we know. Price has taken out its prior top, the prior topping pattern that Stevie uses out here. Could have been an A to B equals CD. What we know is that it was a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, and that was at 3279.99. That was resistance. Once price closed over that, negated that, and that tells us where its price going to head to. Well, the target is going to be 3389.15. That's its TD 9 count breakdown level. But we need to see, or you need to see, or I need to see two things. You need to see, one, a bearish reversal candle. Second, a close below Stevie's green line. And then we go take a look at the market profiles inside the ES-Mini to take a look at what needs to take place next. The point is those things aren't in place right now. And even though we took a look at that divergent pattern between the spot volatility index and the S&P 500, until that bearish reversal candle forms, that would be your signal, or could be your signal. Again, we'd have to take a look at market profiles, things of that sort. The S&P 500 says it wants to target 3389.15. If it does that, odds would favor that this divergent pattern would go away. But it exists right now, and it's not like the we've got a wide-ranging bar or anything like that inside the S&P 500. So that's what's going on there. If we take a look at the Dow, what's the Dow struggling to do? Get above Stevie's green line. So this inside the Dow is nothing more than just a counter-trend rally. Its high out here, or its topping pattern, took place on June the 8th. And take a while. Right now, when the Dow does top, which it has, before all the other markets out there, NASDAQ, S&P, that it typically doesn't end well. Those divergences where the Dow is topping out earlier before the other indices, you go back and take a look at it, typically ends up to be a very large move to the downside out there. But in order for that to happen, what you need to see are all the other indices top. Well, let's take a look at the NDX 100. The NDX 100 does have a topping pattern that has not been taken out. Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, TD 9 count. That level is 11,069.26. Yeah, price has gotten over it, but closed back below it. Well, that's a rejection of a resistance level out here. And even today, we saw a little bit of a spike higher today that generated wave number 7, or potentially wave number 7 on my screen out here. I'm more interested in the Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. That is a better signal for me with regard to tops or bottoms, and that still is in place with regard to the NDX 100. So not inside the S&P. It is inside the Dow. It is inside the NDX 100, the Russell 2000. So if we go take a look at the big four, so to speak, out here, it too has its Gartley sell pattern. That was back in the early part of June. Price is above Stevie's green line. Ordinarily, we'd say, let's go take a look at the profiles, and price is likely to go target the top of its daily profile, but price is trading above the top of its daily profile. But still, the Russell 2000 has a topping pattern in place. How about the transports? The transports also have a topping pattern. They have both wave number 7, a Gartley sell pattern. That high has not been taken out, so it's also got a valid topping. I'm not going to say the word. We're going to say, what did I say we came up with? A ritual. Although that doesn't sound right. It's a pattern. But a ritual can be a pattern, right? If you got your ritual, most people have rituals. You wake up each morning, you probably get out on the same side of the bed. You probably put on your whatever you might put on. You put your right foot forward. There's probably an absolute pattern to your behavior out there. Well, that's how patterns actually work inside the market, because patterns exist inside of each of us. Hey, inside the semiconductor index, no topping pattern. It had taken out its TD 9 count pattern out here. Price is moving higher, doing less relative energy. We need to see a bearish reversal candle. So the S&P and the semis, the Wilshire 5000, those are indices that do not have topping signals. I think even the NASDAQ composite. We need to see those generate topping signals before this market is going to give us a significant top. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, Taz understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the Taz Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the Taz Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 106, S&P 5. NASDAQ has turned green. It's up 96 points out here. So, so we were talking, or I was mentioning patterns enough to make you want to throw up out there. And I know we've got a couple of questions that have come in. I want to get to them. But first, I want to just finish off taking a look at the markets, provide you with as much information as I can. I posed inside the den the question, if the markets are to break out to the upside, where will the signal come from today? Will it be the ES Mini, the NQ, the YM, or the RTY, the Russell 2000? And sometimes the patterns are changed. So one of the first things that I do in the morning, after I'm done with my rituals, and you can use your imagination there if you want, is then go take a look at patterns inside the stock market. And I always start with the short-term time frames out. I want to understand what's going on the daily, but I want to understand what really took place while I was sleeping, if I did get some sleep out there. And so the pattern that generated the bottom signal today, Ruby, was the Russell 2000. I'll put up the other 30-minute time frame charts, well, unless I delete them. Did I delete that? Son of a gun. Good Lord, Steve-O. That was a smooth move, wasn't it? Excuse me. Give you a moment here to open up a new chart and get that going again. Sorry about that. It's hard for me to show you what I'm going to show you when I erased it. So RTY, September 2020. We want to take a look at a 30-minute chart. Let me get about 30 days worth of data. Let's go ahead and get this thing set up to the opening range all template. Okay, sorry about that, folks. I really did not mean to delete that, but apparently I did. But here it is. It's back. So that was just a quick pause. So the pattern that formed at bottom this morning It's really just trying. I look at the charts. I don't know what they're going to tell me, but where did things top? Where did things bottom out here? Was the Russell 2000, and that was the TD9 count that formed a bottom, and it did it this morning at 8:30. And by 8:30, that was the bar following bar number 9. We can see how that acted as a low. Once price got these horizontal lines that you're looking at, they're black, they're blue, they're red out here. Those are representing the opening ranges for the Russell 2000 during the first 30 minutes of either the U.S. Open, European Open, or the Asia Open out there. Asia represented in red, Europe is represented in blue. So first, the Russell 2000 is the one that generated the bottom signal. I'll put up the other three 30-minute time frame charts for the equity futures contracts. You're not going to see a bottom signal. So what I would, and then what I'd written inside the newsletter this morning was in fact basically just this. I wasn't sure which one, whether the Russell 2000 would generate the bottom, but it's pretty easy. It's pretty clear, right? Because we knew if we got to close below that bar at 8:30, then the pattern didn't form a bottom, and that we should see price move back to about 1483, maybe 1469, its breakout levels. Likewise, what we said is if price can regain the opening range, that means close above 1500.10, we should see price get up to 1509.10. 1509.10 is its TD9 count breakdown level. Price right now at about 1510, even Steven, or I can't really see the pennies behind it. Let's call it 1510. If price can close above 1510, Ruby, then the Russell 2000 will be the first of the 4 equity futures contracts to be above all opening ranges. And so my interpretation would be the breakout signal would come from the Russell 2000. It's the one that generated the bottom signal. It's the one that is right now dealing with resistance. As we pull over the other charts out here, for example, well, the Dow is sort of dealing with resistance. Sort of. What do you mean? Well, its resistance level is 26,678. Price got up to that level and then pulled back. But watch 26,678, 2 closes above that on a 30-minute basis is giving you a signal that price is going to move higher. Higher would be, we could go take a look at its market profiles to figure that out. But you can see out here, there is no bottom signal that took place at 8:30 on a 30-minute time frame for the that's for the Dow. I'll pull over the ES Mini right now. You'll see the same kind of a pattern out there. Now, the top of those opening ranges, they are important. They act, in this case here, they're acting as resistance. So inside the ES Mini, that's 3297.75. We're not above that. Again, no bottoming signal here on a 30-minute time frame. There was a topping signal at 3:30 this morning. That was easy. The Rhodes Momentum Indicator. You just shorted the Russell 2000. So I don't know. I can't recommend that, Ruby. I mean, maybe you've got a different vision. And maybe you're right out there. Price is up at that resistance level. So, look, a 30-minute close above that 1510 area, 2 closes above would say probably not the thing to do would be short the Russell 2000, since that is the strong dog as we speak right now. And price is traded above the top of its daily profile and Stevie's green line, Ruby. So I just got to say, be careful there because the signals are different. I know it's a scalp. I know that. But at this stage here, you've got the and so here's the NQ, no bottom signal, hammer candle. So what? And its key level of resistance is going to be 11,092. Look, if price for all of the equity futures contracts gets above, trades above, closes above the top of the European opening ranges out there, the markets are going to rally into the close out there. Doesn't mean, I don't mean right to the right to the very end, but let's say between here and the 4 o'clock time frame. So that's what I would be watching and looking at for those 4 equity future contracts out there. Hope that helps you out. Let me go to a few questions that have come in here. The first question coming in from David H. And David was, I think David, maybe this is my second message, but David wanted to look at, well, there's a couple folks that have sent in requests to take a look at the UNG, natural gas. So let me do this here. But I know that David also wanted to take a look at something else. Oh, NOK. So that was Nokia. So let me pull over Nokia first out here. And this is going to be the daily time frame chart that we're looking at. I didn't start with my black background charts out there to show a support and resistance. We'll pick that up from here. But Nokia moving higher, doing less relative energy, not an issue unless a bearish reversal candle forms, straight out of 512. I don't have a topping signal a topping pattern, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. So you would want to watch for a bearish reversal candle to identify some kind of a top. If we take a look at the weekly time frame, Nokia is headed to 528. You're trading at 513. A close above 528 would be bullish. That's its TD9 count breakdown level, and that would suggest a move up into the 641 level. So it looks like 528 is where Nokia is headed to based upon its weekly chart. If we take a look at the monthly time frame chart out here, there's probably an A to B equals CD to the downside, so there's probably a Gartley buy pattern out here. On this set of white background charts, I don't have the ability to draw in the A to B equals CD tool. I'll probably go ahead and get that built. But here on the monthly chart, here's what you just need to know. Price above the top of the profiles, it looks like it's going to be month number 4 of a TD9 count. And this is suggesting that Nokia wants to continue to move higher. So back to the daily, unless there's a bearish reversal candle that forms, wants to move higher. First level of support would be 468, second level 427, and that was on Nokia. So the other request out here for two Daves, I believe. Let's see, David H, and then we've got David W. And both you guys are in the long natural gas. So we get back from this breakout here. We'll go take a look at natural gas. Here, folks, you can take a look at we'll take a look at all the futures contracts, not all, well, many of them, for natural gas out here. Let's see, how many does Stevie have? Well, I take us out through December of 2021. We take a look at all these future contracts. What do they have in common? They're all trading above resistance. Steve Rhodes with TFNN right now. Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as,
whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab. Bam!
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by thinkorswim. For more information, just click the thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow up 84, S&P is 4 points. We're taking a look at the natural gas. And for the two Daves out here that are long UNG. Now, we're not going to spend much time on the UNG chart since it's really irrelevant to the actual trade. I realize that's the vehicle that people are using out here, but it's going to get its signals from the equity futures contract. So that's what we're going to spend our time on, and the levels to be watching here, because I could generate those same charts for UNG out here, but it just doesn't have the same meaning. You've got to know the underlying instrument. So when we take a look at the natural gas contract out here, we're going to see a nice little butterfly buy pattern that was formed out here, wave number 7, letter G, with this morning star pattern out here. What we need to pay attention to is that price now. Price is trading above its second TD9 count breakdown level. The first was at $1.87. The second was at $2.09. We had a slight close above that yesterday. Looks like we'll have a close above that today. So you already know from this chart, where's natural gas headed to? Well, its next price target is going to be its next breakdown level. That's at $2.39. That is where price is headed to. I don't know what's going to happen when it gets there. There's no way. Really, this is not an A to B equals CD pattern. Yes, I can draw it in, but if we take a look at the retracement, it gets beyond the 0.786 area. So here is, again, this is the September contract, gets to 84% out there. To me, that's not an A to B equals CD pattern. So we could draw it in, but for blanks and giggles, and I'm not interested in the blanks or the giggles at this stage of the game. So here, without any kind of topping pattern, which we do not have one, looks like 239 is where price is headed to. Let's go take a look at the larger time frame, the weekly time frame out here, see what we see out here. Well, on a weekly time frame, we're going to find out that resistance is at $2.24, $2.24. Remember, the levels that we took a look at were $2.39 on the daily. So we know that at $2.24, you could run into some resistance there. So you got a nice wide-ranging bar, but that's resistance. You want to see on a weekly basis price close above that level to suggest a change in trend. So there's your resistance area for the natural gas contract. Those are the levels to be watching out there. With regard to UNG, what is important for you is the average true range. And right now, that's 61 pennies out here. And that's the average true range over the last 10 trading sessions out here. My recommendation to both the days, or anybody that's trading natural gas out here, is to place your stop, which is equal to, or should be equal to, the average true range of the last 10 days, 61 cents times 1.618 or 1.272, either Fibonacci expansion number out there. And get that figure and then subtract it from today's close, and that would become your trailing stop. You might have some other trailing stop, no problem, so be it. That would be one way to do the trade out there. In the futures contract, price can get up, test the resistance level, back off, and you may not get a chance to exit at that point inside of UNG, but that's why you have that protective stop in play out there. So that's what's going on with regard to it. We had another question out here, a couple more questions. Dennis writes in, and Dennis wants to take a look at ticker symbol SRNE. So let's go first figure out what SRNE is out here. That is Sorrento Therapeutics, trading out at 12.11, taking out a prior swing point. Looks like decent volume behind the move out here. Let me get this going on my other charts. SRNE. You own both. Long term. So you want to take a look at this long term. So price is trading above all profiles out here, Dennis. So that's good news. Let's go take a look at the other set of charts out here and see what we see. So the move up to $12.14 where it's trading right now. We can see prices moving higher, doing less relative energy. Not a problem out there, Dennis. If you were to see a bearish reversal candle, that would tell you about price pulling back to 933. That might not be a big deal. I don't know where you're in at. Again, trading at 12.14, that'd be a high percentage give back. I'm not saying that's where it's going. I'm saying it would do that if it generated that topping signal. Today's going to be par 4 of its TD9 count, so you're really just looking for that, you're looking for a bearish reversal candle. Well, not you're looking for it. If one did form, then the hair on the back of your neck would actually stand up. If we take a look at the weekly time frame chart out here, what do we have? We don't have anything negative to say about ticker symbol SRNE. As far as where this thing is headed to next, looks like about 1334 is a resistance level on a weekly time frame. On the monthly time frame out here, you're asking about long term. You're only going to be in bar number 4 on a monthly basis of a TD9 count. Price had pulled back. Look at how beautiful these TD9 count patterns work for identifying support or resistance. There is no human possible way that anybody would have chosen September of 2017 as the breakout level, $167. Just no way anybody would have come up. Well, the way that you would have come up with that is you subscribe to using the TD9 count patterns out here. On a monthly basis, the close over 660 was a positive event. That was a TD9 breakdown level out here. Longer term, this thing could be headed to 42.75. It's at $12. Is take things one step at a time. And that means going back and really taking a look at the daily and the weekly. So that's what those charts are telling you. You've also got CRESY. So I don't know what that is. It doesn't really matter. We'll let this thing load up here and go ahead and take a look at this for you. Although it's taken a little while to load. I don't know why. I guess just a lot of data. Well, look, it's got 4 different time frames, lots of data, and it's got to calculate all of Stevie's tools out here. So, of course, that's the reason why it takes a while to do that. If we take a look at the daily time frame out here, see if we can get this thing populated. 496 is going to be your resistance level. You're trading at 405. I don't see any kind of a top or anything like that. So 496 looks like the daily target. On a weekly basis, price is trading below the bottom of its weekly profiles. The bottom is 435, so you get resistance 435, 464, and $5.22. If price can clear that, 662 is the number. This bottom with a TD9 count, a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom, and wave number 7, letter G. So the weekly out there, Dennis, was a real nice trigger for you. I don't know that's where you got in, but that was a nice set of bottoming patterns out there. The monthly time frame shows the Rhodes momentum indicator signal, but we did get a bullish reversal candle last month, the month of July, and prices trade above Stevie's green line. So this is suggesting longer term will move up to about $6.15. That is the top of its current profile out there. And that is a ticker symbol CRESY, and that was for Dennis. And Dennis, thanks so much. Hopefully that helps you out. Hector and the fuel injectors want to take a look at oh, not on the phone. Okay, all right. So Hector wants to take a look at the GDX, as do many out here. So let's go take a look at the GDX. Let's go back to take a look at gold, silver first, because we know the directional correlation between gold and the GDX out there, high probability. So as we take a look at gold, here's what we know. The level to be watching on the close today for the gold contract is going to be 205.40. 2,540. Phew, thank you. Steve-O, how the heck did you come up with that number? Why is that so important? It's important because that's the high of the TD9 count pattern. And if price closes above that, which right now you're trading at 2021, it will negate that pattern. If it negates that pattern, there is no topping signal on the daily time frame. The caution signal, though, still, that move higher that we saw today, guess what it has triggered? Bar number 8 of a weekly TD9 count. And highs can come on bars 8, although they can also come on bars 9 or bar 10. So right now, Hector and the fuel injector, gold is breaking out. We'll be right back. Above resistance.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Let's finish off the GDX for Hector. We've got a couple callers on the line. So we saw in gold, the price was trading above that 2,540. Negates its topping signal. If we take a look at the GDX, next price target is 4509. And above that, that's the 1 to 1A to B equals CD, a small one. And above that, 4750. Those are your price targets out there, Hector. I hope that helps you out. Let's go out to Brent in Martinez, California. Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
I'm doing just great, Steve. And how about yourself?
I am also doing well. Thanks so much for asking. And this is the grocer, B&G Foods, Inc., I believe, out in your neck of the woods out here. Are you still in the long position here?
I am. I just would like to quickly thank you for, we had talked about taking a look at GE.
Yes.
Back, a week or so ago, and there were some levels of resistance that you had given me that and was unable to close above. For a couple of days. And so I decided not to do that trade, and I'm glad that I didn't because it backed off after that. So I appreciate the help on that. And, yes, I am still in BG Foods, and I just want to get your thoughts, like as far as, potential, if this might be topping or just your thoughts on it.
Sure. So on GE, 602 was the bottom of its weekly profile, and the low so far this week is 602. So we'd have to go study. We'd have to go study the chart. It is a bullish structured profile out there, so there is some bottom potential there, just potential. Let's go back to BGS out here, and that's the B&G Foods out here, trading out at 29.39. What information can I provide you with to assist you with this trade?
I'm just curious if you saw anything that might indicate. I know there hasn't been necessarily any kind of a bullish, bearish reversal. If there's something there you might see that, as far as the counts that might indicate we're getting near a top or anything to just watch. I'm in low enough. I'm not planning on necessarily doing anything. I just wanted to get your thoughts on, where it's at this point.
Sure. So, so far we'll take a look at the daily, weekly, monthly time frame charts out here. Other than yesterday's shooting star candle, it looks like maybe another one today out here. I don't see any kind of a topping pattern on these charts. But these charts aren't going to show us the patterns. They're just simply telling us where the market profiles. And at this stage here, price is above daily, weekly, and monthly. So that's above resistance, suggests it wants to head higher. In looking for topping signals out here, I do have, yesterday would have been a confirming Rhodes momentum indicator top. The reason was because of that shooting star candle. Now, at the same time, even though it's given us a topping signal, what price hasn't done is broken any levels of support out there. So maybe price is going to pull back to Stevie's green line. That's at 28.25 out here. If price gets below that, you could actually be looking at prices pulling back to breakout support at 24.82. At 24.82, that's where you would add to a long position if from a long-term standpoint. We don't know that price will get back there. Price has got to first close below Stevie's green line at about 28 and change, 28.24 as we speak right now. So you do have on the daily basis a confirming topping signal. On the weekly time frame out here, even though right now it's showing a shooting star for the week, what price did was it got up to 31.03. And the resistance area out here now on a weekly basis is a 31.03 to 32.95 area. Those were your TD 9-count breakdown levels from back in 2019. And it looks like all of that was 2018 and 2019. So it looks like price has gotten up into that area. Maybe that explains the little shooting stars that we've seen on yesterday's price action out there, and maybe today's as well. I don't see any kind of other topping. I don't see any topping pattern out here. You're in bar number 5 of a TD 9 count. Even though I can't draw in the A to B equals CD pattern, I'd be hard-pressed to draw one in to say that pattern has completed on the weekly basis. The monthly time frame out here, as we take a look at this, Brent, $33 is your resistance level. That's the monthly TD9 breakdown. So this is telling us, if I'm your pilot out here, that I would be telling everybody sitting in the back that we're now the seatbelt light has come on. Please fasten those seatbelts. We're going into some turbulent air, and that turbulent air is between 31.03 to $33 even Steven when we take a look at the chart. So not necessarily a reason to bail, but just keep your seatbelts fastened. How's that?
That's very helpful, Stevie. Just give me levels as usual to keep an eye on, and I'm in this low enough that I have some room to let it kind of go, and as long as it doesn't back off too much. And
sure.
But that just it gives me some sense of where it might be heading and areas to be watching. So I really appreciate that, and as always, and again, thanks for the help on GE and help
pleasure.
save me some money, or at least not losing money on that one. So
hey, that's perfect. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
All right, take care, Steve. Thank you so much. Have a great week. Huh?
I will do. Thanks. That was Brent in Martinez, California. Let's go out to Philadelphia and speak with John. John, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Steve, I'm doing very well. Glad to hear you doing the same.
Thank you. I am. So now are you getting hit by some of this weather from the storm that started out, over in Africa, came here, took a
Philadelphia received about 6 inches of rain in about 2 hours this morning, and it's already done. So
cool. Okay. Well, you got way more rain than we got out here, and probably more wind than we got out here. But that's not what you wanted to call and talk about. You wanted to talk about TAN, is that correct? TAN?
Yes, that's the Invesco Solar ETF.
Yes.
Very specific question for you, please. Just your help on this. It's up 6% or so today. New rally highs, new record highs. Can you share with us your TD counts on both the daily and the weekly? The weekly is more important, and also other indicators that you look at that can give us a sense as to how mature this rally is, how much it conceivably has to go, those sorts of things. I'd appreciate it.
Sure, absolutely. So on the weekly basis, John, This has this is going to be, it looks like it'll be bar number 9 of the TD9 count. Now, I pulled this is the weekly chart, and I pulled this back as far as 2016 out here. And when I was just looking at it to see from a pattern standpoint, does this chart respect the TD9 count out here? Because oftentimes you'll see if it does or it doesn't. It's just evident. And in this case here, I don't see where it really respects that TD9 count very well. Okay. So even though you're in bar number 9 on a weekly basis out here, and it can be, there's no question about that, a topping signal, I would just share with you, and going back for the last 4 years out here, it really doesn't respect that pattern. So I would really struggle to tell you to use that as a key out here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. On the monthly time frame out here, I've got this potentially being, gosh, how about this? I've got this potentially being in wave number 7. That's letter G on my screen out there. So that's one possible count. Wave number 5 is another. This says that it wants to get up to about the $88.10. John, would you be kind enough to hold on through this break? We'll come back out here after this.
Will do. Thank you.
We'll finish off taking a look at TAM. But I don't see a topping pattern, although that wave number 7 is something you and I pay attention to. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated folic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at ticker symbol TAN out here. And although John had to go, here, one thing that you want to pay attention to is you're running into, not you, but this instrument is running into resistance. $50 even Steven on a quarterly basis is TD9 count breakdown level. You're 49.17. So this is an area of resistance. And if we take this chart on a monthly basis, that's the right-hand panel chart, we'll see the swing point high of 51.07. That takes you back to March of 2014 out there. And price tried to get above that back in April of 2015 and couldn't. So between 50 and 51.07 is your real resistance level. If price can take that out, then you are in good shape out there. Steve W. wants to take a look at NIO, and the question is, can you give your take on NIO? Is this a Gartley pattern out here? With a minute to go, is it a Gartley pattern? So is it a Gartley pattern? Looking for an A to B equals CD to the, so I'm not sure which time frame you're looking at. Let's just do this here for you. Price is trading inside the daily profile. So your real resistance right now, Steve, is 1556. Support is 1030. You're above the weekly, and there is no monthly profile. So just the daily that we would have to pay attention to. With regard to NIO, let me see if I get the other set of charts here populated for you. But with regard to a Gartley pattern, I don't know I don't know that that's what I see, but let's pull this over here. Try to assist you with, and that is for, well, it's just called, the company's called NIO Inc. Oh, come on, pull over here. Well, it's not let me there. It's not let me do it. There we go. So I know we're going to the hard break. Hey, folks, stay tuned for 2 more great hours. And my apologies, Steve-O. Just not going to give me the chance to take a look at this here during the rest of the show. So I'll just follow up with an email to you. But folks, stay tuned for your favorite polar bear, David White. He's up next. And I believe Larry Pesavento filling in for Tom O'Brien today. Have a terrific Tuesday. We'll see you on Wonderful Wednesday. Thanks so much for being here.